Hey guys, Courtney. Um, I decided that we should do a little late night. It's like 11 o'clock. I don't know. Kids are asleep. Do a little late night craft with me slash try some new treats because I'm feeling a little snackish. Uh, so I have my setup. Let's get going. So today, you may have seen the kids and I did this craft exchange thing. I found it when I was yard sailing with my sister last weekend, and basically it's like those little library little library lending library boxes that you see in people's yards, where you go, take a book, leave a book, like that, except for it was with crafts. I had never seen anything like this, so after I saw it, I looked online and apparently it's a thing. So I don't know if I just live under a rock or I do live in kind of a small community. So maybe it just hadn't really reached us yet, but it has now. And I think it is the coolest thing. So I did post a short on my YouTube. I also posted it on my TikTok and my Facebook because I have nothing better to do and I like to spam everyone all of my videos. But really, I'm just having a lot of fun making them. Um, so definitely check that out. If for no other reason, then it will make this video make a little bit more sense. So what the kids and I made were essentially, I just whipped this one up real quick to have like a completed demo. So what the kids and I made were pretty much these little keychains. Um, Let's see. I don't know if you can really see that or not. But so I got all of the supplies at Walmart today and just kind of threw them together. We didn't throw them together. We spent probably 2 hours doing them. We had so much fun. Like, I'm not even gonna, we had so much fun. It's, the between the deployment, my daughter's got some medical things going on. My son is just intense. He's wonderful, but he's intense. And it was a rough summer. It was, it wasn't all bad. We had some great moments, but it was rough. Like, I'm not going to lie at all. Um, so days like today where I didn't raise my voice at all, the kids didn't fight. I mean, they like bickered minimally, but they didn't fight. They weren't screaming at each other. Um, I just, they got a little crazy a few times, but it wasn't anything unreasonable. It was normal kid stuff, nothing wild and out of control. And we had such a good day. I don't know. It's just, we had a good day. And we don't have those all the time, especially during deployments. We don't have them all the time. And we had one. And, recently I'm trying to take a minute when we have, moments that are worth acknowledging and acknowledging them. And that's, what I'm doing now. I'm taking a moment to acknowledge that we don't have a lot of good days, and we had a really, really good day, like start to finish. We had a really good day. Anyway, so when we went, and if you watch that video, you'll see. So on the box, it posts the instructions and it lists different things. One of them is that it has to be craft related. So it can either be a completed craft, which is what we did. Our crafts were completed. It can be a little crafting kit. So you drop it off with the supplies and instructions to make a craft, which there were a couple of those in there, little bracelet making kits. Um, but then there also, another rule is that it cannot be nothing broken, nothing. So it's supposed to be only crafts, either completed crafts or craft projects. Um, Nothing broken, no junk, no. And there was a lot of crafts in there, absolutely. But there was, there were McDonald's toy open, even like not even in the bag, which, but opened McDonald's toys, and there was a like an empty plastic ball, like it looked like maybe something came in it at one point, but it was just the plastic ball. And that's I part of me is like, okay, if a child comes and they want to participate and that's all they have to give, I mean, is they're still making the gesture of wanting to leave something. I don't know. On the other hand, there's another one of the rules is that children must be accompanied by a parent or an adult, and so you know, I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're going to participate, you should follow the rules. The other part of me, so I feel like you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. So anyway, I thought about it, and what I decided to do was tonight I'm going to make not a bunch of them, maybe like four or five. I'm going to make some of these though, and then tomorrow I'm going to go back and I'm going to swap them out for some of the junk that's in there. So like the McDonald's toys, that empty plastic ball, like so when still keeping with the we're not just taking stuff out. First of all, it's not ours to just clean out and take things out of. We're going to do an exchange, and we're just going to exchange it for maybe some of the less desirable things. So that's what I'm going to do right now. This is what the completed one is going to look like. So this one says Wonder, and I have the just the letter beads pulled already for the one that I'm going to make right now. And that one is going to say Wish. I'm trying to think. The ones that we did earlier, Atlas's had a soccer ball on it and it said play. I did one that said shine and it had a sun. I did one that said you matter and it had what did I put? A rainbow maybe? I'm not sure. And then Oakley's had a sea. She didn't do any letters or anything. Hers just had a seashell on it. So, yeah, I don't know. Just trying to do something cute and uplifting and, something that maybe a little girl or a little boy might see and want to put on their backpack or, I don't know. Anyway, uh, so while I'm doing that, I am a big snacker. I have a major sweet tooth. It's a problem. And you may have seen on my Facebook page, I have lost a significant amount of weight. And so while I don't eat, sweets and treats and that kind of stuff in the quantity that I did at one point, I still eat them. I still eat all of them. Um, so I wanted to try some new things. So I'm gonna start. Where am I gonna start? I'm gonna start with I got the limited edition Oreo. It's apple pie a la mode. Okay. So right away, I don't like I don't like the golden Oreos. My sister Kieran loves them. When we were kids, she loved them. I've always hated them. I don't like them. I don't know. So essentially, I'm pretty sure this is a golden Oreo with like a cinnamon apple filling. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but for the plot, I'm gonna try it. Should I dunk it first? I'm an Oreo dunker through and through. That's a hard decision. No, all right, we're gonna just go for it. Okay. So, first thought, that is so sweet. Oh my God, that is so unbelievably sweet. The filling, the cream, the yeah is it's not the cream is it's so sweet. It's not bad necessarily. I have no desire to eat any more of it though. What I think I might do though, uh, I try not to give this kind of stuff to the kids super frequently. And honestly, Oakley does like the golden Oreos. don't think that she would like these because of the apple cinnamon. I don't know that Atlas would either. Maybe I'll get creative and yeah, maybe I'll use these for baking because I have spice cake mix and cupcake liners and a recipe for a cream cheese frosting that I wanted to try. Maybe this is the universe like putting it all together. And I'll make like a apple cinnamon spice cake cupcake and put these in the bottom of like the cupcake wrapper and pour the batter on that and then yeah maybe there's hope. On their own though, at least for me, I'm all set. No, thank you. All right, get those out of there. Okay, so let's take a second and do a little bit of work on our project. Now, here we go. Okay, so like I said, I got all of the supplies today. I got them at Walmart. So I got the keychain rings. Okay. This elastic cord. I have no idea. I don't know if that's helping at all. I see people doing it. I mean, I kind of understand why. I don't know. If it didn't help, I apologize. If you're curious, I can list the products, but honestly, like it's all right there where the beads are in the craft section at Walmart. And then we got some ice. Some different varieties of beads. I knew that was going to happen too. How did I know? Because it happened earlier when I was setting up. That's how I knew. So, first thing you need to do is wrestle with your elastic cord for an undetermined amount of time. Oh my god, why? Okay, all right, actually that wasn't bad. Earlier it was I swear it was a solid like 10 minutes. Be right back. I need scissors. Okay, got the scissors. So I don't measure anything, but like I don't know. I mean, honestly, yeah. So it also depends on how long you want to make it. I initially was planning on just doing like the key ring and then the beaded and just hanging down, and then I I couldn't figure out how to tie the last bead at the end so that it wouldn't all fall off. And I was really certain that I had figured it out. Um, I was being the operative word, and I probably like just too enthusiastically in retrospect, I don't know why I'm way too overly confident, but I was just excited and I wanted to show the kids. And so I like finished tying it and then I pull it up off the table to show them and the beads all over the place. So that's why we decided to turn them into little loops. So, I mean, yeah, honestly, I think that they probably would look a little better if they were just, hanging down. Um, that's something that I'll work on. And hopefully we'll be able to do the next time we do these. So, what I'm doing right now, I'm taking and just putting the charm that I selected on my keyring. These are cool. They came with these little rings attached to them. So I got that, and then we're gonna take our elastic string. I hold it. You can't see it. It's clear. For all you know, I'm not holding anything in my hands. I promise. There's a string there. Or is that? No, I'm just kidding. So, sorry, I get a little squirrely when it's this late. So, now, the real question is, oh my God, okay. the real question is, how long is it going to take Courtney to tie the knot? Because earlier I was riding the struggle bus. I'm not gonna lie. Um, okay, all right, yeah. Now I see. Now I've got it. Oh yeah, we're cooking with gas. I just needed all of the practice that I got earlier. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just think this thing was so cool, and I'm excited to be able to contribute to it a little bit. I really like things like that, you know. So Kieran actually has a little library in her yard, and she named it the Llama's Library after our mother, who passed away a few years ago. And that was something that I had wanted to do as well. I had wanted to get a little library and name it, you know, the Llama's Library after my mom and have it in our yard. And so Kieran and her husband, Sean, not terribly long ago, surprised me with one. They'd ordered one for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I like stuff like that. You know, I like community. And I think that community is really, really important. You know, it's really important to like the human experience. Um, you know, you may or may not know this about me. I'm in recovery. Let's see, it'll be 9 years, January 16th will be 9 years that I've been clean. Um, and, you know, that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in my recovery is that connection and community are truly at the root of the human experience. And at least as you know, as it pertains to me personally and my journey and you know my recovery, connection is the true opposite of addiction. And so for someone like myself who has struggled deeply with addiction, I need connection. I need community. And I think that that's one of the things that, you know, has always appealed to me about vlogging, the community aspect. Um, and that's one of the, you know, the main things that I'm hoping to get out of this is, you know, community. I've always struggled to make friends. I've always kind of struggled to fit in. And this is going back to elementary school. I've always struggled with that. And, you know, maybe that's why, uh, you know, or maybe that's one of the reasons why my life took the path that it did. Um, you know, I never really fit in anywhere. I never really belonged. And that's hard. Um, you know, and I don't know. I think I'm just rambling right now because it's late. Um, anyway, so back to the craft. Right now, I'm just literally, it's like preschool summer camp, threading pony beads in a pattern. I did not promise that this was going to be an exciting, exhilarating, challenging, intricate craft. Um, but it's just something that I want to do because I want to be, like I said, I want to be able to go and swap out some of the non-craft stuff that's in that box. Um, you know, certainly anything that's an actual craft or a make your own craft, I would never, unless I was, you know, exchanging for, you know, I would never take, you know, it's not an issue of, you know, me thinking that the crafts aren't good enough or anything. Like they truly, um, they're not crafts at all. And, you know, that's one of the rules of of the box, or one of the, I don't like saying rules, one of the guidelines, or is they want to keep it just crafts. And so if I can kind of help with that, and just because I'm sure that the people who own it, the people whose house it's at, I'm sure they put a lot of time and effort into it. But ultimately they've got their own lives and their own things going on, and they can't be out there every single day, weeding through it, and swapping out things. I don't know. So yeah, just something to do. I'm trying really hard to focus on some positivity. My husband's been deployed. I know I keep talking about it, but you're probably sick of hearing it. It just that's my life right now. My husband's deployed, and you know, it's hard. It's lonely. I was anticipating that he would be home at the end of this month, August, which was exciting because my birthday is on the 29th, and he just got extended, so he won't be home, um, which, it's not a huge deal. I'm not a little kid. I don't, my birthday's not a huge deal. Um, but it's disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it's disappointing. And it's mostly disappointing just because we really thought that he was going to be home. So I shouldn't have allowed myself to get excited about it, but I did. And anyway, so I that's when I really I kind of made a conscious decision that, what, for however much longer he's gone, I'm I'm gonna focus on the positive. I'm gonna focus on the things that I have to be grateful for. I'm gonna focus on the good things in my life right now, because even though they get overshadowed, they're there, and I need to, it's my job to find them and pull them to the front of my mind. Um, and that being said, um, I don't know if it's this, like, the whole like fake till you make it mentality or what, but I I don't know what is going on, but since I started, vlogging, since I started posting regularly, I feel better. I and I think maybe it's because, I'm being intentional, and I'm being creative, and being getting to express myself a little bit, and I don't know what it is, but I'm really enjoying it. And I realize that I don't really have very much of a following, and I it does sort of feel like I'm just talking to myself sometimes, but I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. And so as long as I continue enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it. Um, it's something that I've wanted to do. It's something I've wanted to try for so long. And I didn't, because I was so afraid of failing. That's something that I honestly, like, I should probably unpack it in therapy or something. I have a huge fear of failure. And it like crippling, to the point that and it's kind of like sad to admit it, like kind of pathetic, but I won't try sometimes, because I'm so afraid that I'm going to try and I'm going to fail. And so even if it's something I really want to do, if I don't try, then at least I don't have to deal with the pain of the failure. I think, like, yeah, I probably, like, someone needs to sign me up for therapy. And so maybe, oh, hello, BetterHelp. Can I get a sponsorship? Um, anyway, so, anyway, all right, so this is where I'm going to stop with my pattern. And then now I'm going to loop it around again. I'm not trying to pretend like this is some crazy, impressive, intricate craft. Um, I don't know if anyone is even still watching at this point, but if you are, I really appreciate you. And yeah, just, I don't know. Thanks for hanging out. So, um, the only thing with this elastic cord that I got at Walmart is I feel like no matter how many times you you knot it and how tight you pull it, like it doesn't knot very tightly. I don't know if anyone has any tip. Like I even tried kind of like warming it up with a lighter earlier to try to like melt it together a little bit, but then I was getting nervous. I don't know. So if anyone has any tips on how to make, these stretchy, like plasticky, elastic strings hold better when you knot them, I would appreciate that because um, even though, this is like a little project that isn't going to be going on forever, my daughter does, occasionally like to do this type of stuff. So that would be, a useful tip. So right now I'm just trimming the ends and then let me show you how it turned out. Let's see. So like this, and then I don't know if you can. Okay, hold on. Oh, beads. Okay, I'm trying to flatten the beads out so you can see it a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. So it says wish. It's got this little star. Okay, and I can't say it enough, guys. It's a keychain for probably an elementary schooler. It's just a little craft exchange, and I don't think that it's anything special, but I think that a child might like it a little bit better than, like an empty plastic, old case to a toy, especially if they take it thinking that there's something in it. Um, and I hope that this does not at all come across in any kind of way about the people who are running the box and it not being maintained or anything. It's amazing what they're doing. It is amazing. And like I said, they're doing this out of the goodness of their hearts, their own time. So I don't expect them to be out there every single day going through this box and picking through and reorganizing it and making sure that everyone is following the guidelines to a T. That would be just outrageous. It would be unreasonable. The only reason that I wanted to do this was because I think what they're doing is really cool. And I thought that maybe this would be a little way to help the cause. Um, I mean, I hope that's how it's perceived because that's how it's meant. Anyway, okay, I'm overthinking this. So, anyway, before we go, one more taste test. This one is Chips Ahoy, so it's limited edition, like a Halloween flavor. So it's an unidentified flavor. This is what it looks like. So apparently there's like a QR code. So apparently it says guess the flavor, scan for chance to win 25,000. A gimmick, whatever. But so we thought that it would be fun to get them and try to guess the flavor. So open them up. This is what they look like. So I mean, they're definitely not chocolate chip. They've look like they have white chocolate in them, which I hate. This is not the taste test tonight for me. I said the next taste test that I'm doing, I'm choosing things that I know I will like. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to choose things that I know I will like. However, here we go. It doesn't smell bad at all. It smells birthday cake. It tastes like birthday cake. Like the chips are definitely white chocolate. It it really does taste like a birthday, or maybe not like birthday cake, but like a vanilla cake, like a vanilla cupcake. That's what it tastes like. It's not terrible. I don't I don't need another bite. um, it's not terrible. I don't know. As much as I like vanilla, and I think I do kind of prefer vanilla over chocolate, like especially when it comes to like ice cream, definitely vanilla over chocolate. But when it comes to like chocolate, no, I hate white chocolate. I think it's disgusting. And even with the same like golden Oreos versus the original. No, I think the golden ones are terrible. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. I think I should probably go to bed before I overthink these keychains anymore. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun, and if you like this type of video, stick around. There will be more to come. I promise. I'll get better at them as I go, so bear with me. Um, any suggestions for any taste tests that I should do next, let me know. And until next time, I hope you guys have a really good night. Sleep tight. Take care of yourselves. And